I think most of the persons, more than 95%, will have to take rebirth, because they are all living in ignorance. So that karma will not be finished at all. They must be having several years' births karma carried forward, and the present karma.
What
so
you say
they
is
have
correct.
to take a rebirth to finish those karmas.
How will you explain this to a young child? How will you explain this?
Sarji, if you have karma, you have to take a rebirth.
What you say is correct. But the child says, no, uncle, Ashok uncle, I don't agree, Ashok uncle. You have to explain. How you will tell the child?
That's what, Sarji, everyone has karma. There is no, only, Sarji, if a person is having no karma, then he is already enlightened and he is already liberated.
Suppose somebody is saying there is no rebirth. It's a love, it's a lie.
If he is liberated, there is no rebirth. if he is not liberated, he has to take a rebirth.
So I'm going to ask you again. What you say is correct, but I want, how do you explain this? Yes, Rutanu, bataiye, and then Atmatray.
Shivoham, Guruji.
Shivoham.
Guruji, rebirth is not a lie, and it's not a myth also. There are only two possibilities when we leave this body. The rule leaves the body. The one possibility is that we get united to the divine, we get enlightenment, we get mukti. And the second is that we will take rebirth. This can be explained as why people are physically handicapped when they are born. Why some babies have a stone in the heart before they are born. They can whatever we can do, we cannot bring the baby to life because there is a hole in the heart. So all these things explain that there is a rebirth.
But what if somebody says rebirth is a lie, Rutanu? Nahi hota hai. How do you explain?
That's how that, why will the person will be born blind? There is no reason except that the previous karmas were not fulfilled, like previous karmas were not good or were not completed, or maybe then previous to previous birth karmas are coming.
Okay, I want you all to explain in a very clear manner. Atmatray.
Shivam, sir.
Sure, sir.
Sir, small childs are innocent, but some are suffering and some are enjoying. I believe in Gita. Gita also says there is a rebirth. All the karmas are taking us to take birth.
But Atmatray, how do we justify this? Suppose Tina is telling you, Tina is a newcomer. Tina is telling Atmatray, I don't believe you, Atmatray. You may believe in anything, but I don't believe Atmatray. Then what?
Sir. So many times, as you told, that some boys come without eyes, without vision or any handicap due to their karmas. Otherwise, how they become handicapped?
Maybe because God is cruel.
No, never.
Because maybe God is very partial. God gave Atmatray a good life, but he gave blind fellow blind life and dumb fellow and lame fellow. God is very cruel. A lot of people. Have you read Atmatray? Have you read a book by? Have you read a book? You must read a book by Harold Krishna. Have you read a book?
Yes.
You read?
And I had get confused due to their policies.
You read the book?
Yes. Bhagavad Gita jaisi aayi taisi.
Harold Krishna. Why bad things happen to good people? Harold Kushner. Bliss, have you read the book? It's a Judaist book. A Judaist book. Why he's a pastor. He's a pastor in the Jewish church, in the Jewish synagogue. In the Jewish synagogue, his son is born. His son is born with a disease called progeria.
Okay.
A 12-year-old son becomes like 60-year-old man, 12-year-old son.
Hmm.
And he dies. He dies. Then he goes to the altar. He goes to God and he tells God, hey, God, I served you for 40 years and you took away my only son. Then he died, the son died. Then the people asked this Jewish priest why it happened. He said only two options. Either God is cruel or God is incapable. God is cruel or God is powerless. You know what he says, this Jewish master? This Jewish master says God is not cruel, but God is incapable. And this book is selling in New York Times bestseller. Even till today, it is one of the best New York Times bestseller book. Girish, have you read the book, Girish? Have you read? Girish is Googling right now. Girish is Googling. Why do bad things happen to good people? So people don't believe. Chidanand, let us see what other people have to say. Chidanand.
Shivam, Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
If we believe that there is no effect without a cause, and there is everything, there is a divine justice. If these two are the primary facts which we observe in daily life, that existence of divine justice and cause-effect relationship, then because of these two, you can easily see that somebody is born rich, somebody is born with handicap. So you find a lot of mismatch. Or a person is very cruel and harsh, but he's enjoying life. So all these things naturally make us believe that all this is happening because of or we ourselves do some good actions, but we don't enjoy the fruits. So naturally, one has to what you call fulfill the or fruits of your action. One has to take rebirth. Otherwise, in the small span of 60 years, 70 years, 80 years,
so in
whatever
one sentence,
karmas you do,
in one or two sentences, how will you explain to a child? How do you make it simple?
For child, we can say if you see that you see cause and effect in whatever you see in your life, and can you define why the child is born blind? Why one dog on the street is suffering, other dog is just moving?
That is God's wish.
No, that's where I say started. There are two issues. One, you have to believe that God is there because of the divine justice. He's not irrational or he's not cruel. So if you believe in these two principles, then naturally rebirth is we can explain rebirth with lot of plus and minus or events happening in somebody's life. So
hopefully,
if you don't believe, as you rightly said, like the Jewish priest, he says God is cruel. Now, if you have those two assumptions, you can't explain any of the anomalies.
He doesn't say God is cruel. He says God is not powerful. He says God is not so powerful. So, Chidanand, I want at the end of this call, we all should know the answer on our fingertips. That is the goal. Swati, Rajesh, Samatma, and Rutanu. Swati.
Hi. So my answer is that I believe that a rebirth exists, and how I believe is that when I was 8 years old or something, I was speaking to my grandfather, and at that time we were sowing the seeds of a tree. So I just asked him, I am sowing this thing now. The tree will take many years to grow, and then the fruits will take even more years to come. Right. So he told, don't worry, you will take birth again and you will come and you will eat the fruits because you're the one who's sowing the seeds.
No, but that
was actually the first explanation that I got for rebirth.
But that is not
of course.
That's not right, Swati. That is not, that is a grandfather's fairy tale. But you will not come back in your grandfather's house and in the same tree to have the same fruit from the same tree. That is not true.
That I know that. It's not true.
You may be born in Bulgaria. You may be born in Bulgaria or South America to enjoy some other fruit in some other tree, not in this tree. Okay, good attempt. Rajesh Rao, Samatma.
Okay, sir. Am I audible? Because I am also in car.
Bolo.
Okay, so I also hope Sadanand is not on highway since yesterday. Karma not fulfilled. But I am in car today. So what I
You're
felt
in
is
Today,
it is your
that
karma.
you have
Suresh.
taken over from me. Parked
yeah,
my
yeah.
car nicely today, and
Okay, bolo. Rajesh, bolo. क्या बोलना है?
So, sir, if I have no answers for a question that why good happens to me, even when I have not done something, and why bad is happening to me is when I have not done anything, there must be an answer which tells that if all my karma is fulfilled, I will not be born. So if I am born here, that means it is a cause of a previous birth that I am again here. Once I am fulfilled, I will never come back. So that means rebirth exists. And many research also has been done where past life people have been going and it has been documented that they told everything correctly, the relationship, found the house, etc.
No, no, Rajesh, we should not take that because that is not a qualified proof for your information. But what you are saying is the feeling is correct. I am asking in this call, we have 10 minutes to close, 15 minutes. How can we systematically explain rebirth? Ashok Michani also spoke in the beginning with very lot of confidence and vehemence. Ruth Anu gave some very clear picture. But I want to know in simple terms, like A, B, C, how I tell you all A, B, C, what is mind, M-I-N-D, what is magic, what is Pirlu. We have to know rebirth. How is rebirth a simple reality? Samatma, then Ruth Anu. Samatma.
So is it, I can add one more thing.
Yes, sir.
If there is a cause, there is an effect.
Correct.
So if there is effect is nothing but cause in different form. So that means what I'm experiencing now, there must be a cause, and that cause is the rebirth.
No doubt. What you're saying is correct. I'm not doubting that. But how do we make it simple for people to understand without a doubt? How do we give it in clear? What you're saying, Rajesh, is absolutely clear. But people still question. How are you going to explain tomorrow in a group? Tomorrow you are in a conference. Rajesh, how are you going to explain? So I'm going to give that answer to you today. Samatma.
Yeah, that's what I am waiting for, the golden birds.
Yes, sir. Don't go anywhere. Don't go on the highway. Samatma.
Shivoham, sir.
Sure.
Every action that we do creates some karma.
Yes.
So if you do something good, we are getting good karma. And if you do something bad, we are getting bad karma. Till
Correct.
now, we have been taught that do good so you'll get a good life. But after joining here, we realize that we have to transcend our karma. So that is why whatever we are piling up is what we have to complete. And unless we complete, we are going to have a rebirth. That is why we get rebirth. And that is the reason people are born with diseases. People are born in poverty. It is because of their previous karma. Because of their wrong actions or right actions.
So I told you, what you say is correct. Except that some people say, this is because God is cruel or God is not powerful.
This is a law of karma.
So law of karma, okay, what you're saying is correct. But you have to, Savatma, what you're saying is 100% correct. Only you have to link it correctly. And I will guide you how to link it. You have to get the link. So maybe I should tell you all the answer and then you all should try to reply the answer back to me. So let me give you the answer after Ruth Anu. Ruth Anu.
Guruji, thank you for giving me a chance again. I'll try. One person, I mean, the person is very fit and going for exercises, is teetotaler, is vegetarian, but the life ends for him very soon. He's 25 years and get a heart attack. So how can we explain that? So it is some things are just cause and effect, and it is because of our previous birth karma. So there is rebirth. And one more thing, there are different stages of life. Infant comes in a life, then grows in a child, then it grows to adult, then becomes old, and then the body dies. And then again, if we get enlightenment, it is okay, or we get a rebirth. The cycle again continues.
Yeah, but what you say is correct, but it is not yet convincing enough to people because you have to say it in simple terms. So can I tell you and then you will reply back to me? Can we try?
Yes,
Sudeep, are you ready? Girish, ready now? You have to tell me. Rumataji, boliye.
Guruji, because death and birth are taking place, there is a proof that rebirth is there.
आपने 66% का आंसर दिया. अभी आप पूरा 100% आंसर सुनिए, ठीक है?
Okay.
What is the proof? What is the proof of rebirth? 1.1. Are we sure death will happen? Anybody can deny? Anybody in this world can deny death? Vinita, can anybody deny you death? Death is reality. 1. 2. Birth is reality. So Ashok, I'm coming to your point, Ashok. Ashok, what did you say, Ashok? What are the points you said, Ashok?
DKR.
Good. Ashok gave the answer. Ashok gave the answer, but Ashok only you have to link it like this, Ashok. The answer is DKR. Actually, it is when there is death and there is birth, it is not enough. So it is actually, Ashok, you have to change this to DBK. Ashok, please change your words to DBK. This is DBK. DKR is something else, Ashok. I don't remember what that was. DBK means death and birth, everybody agrees. And karma, everybody agrees. Are we clear about it? Anybody disagreeing with me? We all agree about death. We all agree about birth. We all agree about karma. Rajesh, you are with me? All three we agree? Death, birth, and karma. Now the only line is this. When we die, our karma is not settled. Because the day we die, that day also we are doing karma. Karma is happening moment by moment by moment. And therefore, there is a proof that we have to be reborn. And the proof comes when somebody is born in happy circumstance and unhappy circumstance. So, this is how you have to explain. Death is certain, birth is certain, karma is certain. And death plus birth plus karma equals to rebirth. So it is DBK. Now you try to reverse it. Can you say there is no death? No, there is death. 100% there is death. There is no birth. No, 100% there is birth. There is no karma. Of course there is karma. What is rebirth? Death, birth, karma, and the reward. That DBKR. Ashok, now you got the full equation. Death, birth, karma, and the reward is equal to rebirth. Now, who will explain this to me?
शिवो मेर
Shiva.
रिवॉर्ड क्या होता है?
Reward, आप बाद में पूछो. Let some people explain this first. Please wait, Rekha. Who is going to speak on DBKR? Death, birth, karma, and reward. Who is going to explain what we... Bliko, yes, Bliko, have you got it clearly?
Shivam.
Shiva.
Yeah, it is very clear because everybody knows birth, but nobody knows what is before birth. Everybody knows death, but what is after death, we don't know, right? But there is a karma. Whatever you do is action, is a reaction. Reward is always there. But some of the effect doesn't come immediately. So it goes into the time to wait to give rewards. So when the body doesn't exist and death comes, what about that unsettled karma, which rewards were not given?
Good.
So that is an explanation of birth of a child with a good condition or some of the in the bad condition. That is a reward. So that is a reward.
You're clear?
To settle that reward.
So
Karma.
are you memorizing it or you have realized it?
No, I realize it. Yeah, it is very clear.
You don't have to memorize. If anytime somebody asks you, you should be able to give from your. No, but you should have to memorize. The truth does not have to be memorized. You don't have to memorize your name. You don't have to memorize your name because you realize your name is that. You don't have to memorize your name. Good.
Yeah,
Samatma then Rajesh Rao. Good. Thank you, Bliko. Samatma, are you clear?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Tell me, Samatma.
We are all sure that we will die one day.
Yes.
And we are sure of birth also. And karma, every action what we do creates karma. So karma is there and karma goes on till you die because every moment you are doing karma. And the fruit of that karma is not that you're going to get it just now. The fruit can come anytime.
Therefore.
And because of that, whatever this unsettled karma is, that is what is leading to your rebirth.
Correct.
That is the
Absolutely.
reason
So
people
are you
have-
clear? Are you
Yes,
clear or
yes.
you have any doubt?
No, I'm clear.
No, you
I'm
have
clear.
to explain like this. Otherwise, people will not understand. You have to be very clear about it. And the way to be clear is, are we denying death? No. Are we denying birth? Use these words, please. Are we denying death? No. Can we deny birth? No. Can we deny karma? No. Can we deny reward of karma? No. Then we cannot deny rebirth. Do it like this, please. Can you deny birth? No. Can you deny death? No. Can you deny karma? No. Can you deny the reward of karma? No. Then you cannot deny rebirth. This is the equation. Rajesh Rao, Chair, bolo. Samjhe aap?
Sir, I go in unison with what Liko said, but then I remember also when I was child, एक पिक्चर शुरू होने से पहले एक शायरी आती थी, बोलते थे अपनी ही करनी का फल है नेकियां रुसवाइयां, आपके पीछे चलेंगी आपकी परछाइयां. So when birth and death is sure and karma happens by itself, so the reward may be positive or negative. You have to pay it.
So
Correct.
you're clear?
That is the,
You're clear about the explanation? You're clear?
yes, sir.
Okay, good. I want you all to be clear. That is the goal. Chidanand and then Rutanu.
Guruji.
Chidanand. हाँ, Chidanand बोलिए.
Shivam Guruji, I may
Shivam.
sound little audacious, but I'm very apologetic. But
Bolo,
see,
please.
your equation
views
is
are
all
valued.
correct.
Your views
Yeah,
are all valued.
No, this equation is okay in duality. But as a human being, I know I can burn all my karmas. So death and birth is a reality in this human form. But if I achieve Jivan Mukti, then there is no rebirth.
Absolutely.
So I can burn all the karmas.
Chidanand, you're talking from a different perspective. Now you're talking from top of the hill. Now you're not in the car.
No,
You're
no,
looking like
Guruji. No,
you're
Guruji.
the-
Our only priority is Mukti. So having
Chidanand,
understood this in duality, I think we should now.
You're muted. You're muted. You should not be muted. Please unmute. Please unmute. No, Chidanand, you're gone. Okay. So Chidanand, by mistake, he muted himself. Okay, Rutanu.
Yeah.
Chidanand, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
So what you say is what you say is absolutely correct. But what we are saying is, when you realize this, then you can transcend.
Yes, correct.
Without Chidanand,
correct.
without realizing this, how can you transcend, Chidanand?
Means I don't want to deny this reality, but I also want to know that this is a Leela. And if I can I can transcend.
This is the Leela happening to 99.99% of the people.
Yes.
When we realize this and we overcome it, then we become liberated. Then you are free from this. Then I am not the मैं तो ये तन मन्ना हूँ ना मैं अहंकार सच ये है मैं जानू मैं आत्मा और कुछ ना एहसास हुआ फिर भी फंसा एक युद्ध मेरे अंदर लड़ता मैं हमेशा. So we have to get out of the war. Okay, Chidanand.
Yes.
Thank you, Chidanand, for giving a good perspective. Everybody, I hope you understood. Don't get confused. Chidanand is saying, if we overcome this, if we overcome rebirth, then we will be liberated. Of course, we will be liberated. Rutanu, bataiye.
Yes, Guruji. Rebirth is equal to a birth, death, and karma.
No. You cannot deny death
and reward. And reward.
Because without the word Rutanu, without the word reward, you cannot prove rebirth.
Yes, and reward. And Guruji,
Bliss, you understood the fourth word. You cannot deny birth, you cannot deny death, you cannot deny karma, and you cannot deny the reward of karma. The reward of karma is the proof of rebirth.
Yes, you're right.
And my dear friends, I did not know this answer today till the call started. I got to know the answer only after the call started. Sudeep and Girish, I'm waiting for you to confirm their understanding.
One more thing. There's a bhajan in which it says, एक छोली में फूल खिले हैं, एक छोली में कांटे कोई कारण होगा.
Of course, कारण होगा ना. कर्मों का कारण है. इसके यही तो कारण. Sudeep and Girish, I'm waiting for your explanation.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Sudeep?
Yes, sir. Shivam, sir.
Bolo.
Sir, perfectly clear, sir. I think whatever you have explained is perfectly fine.
How
Never had any
will you
doubts
explain?
on the...
How will you explain?
So first is that we cannot deny. If I start from the cycle, first the birth takes place.
Yeah.
So birth takes place. You have to perform karma. You cannot deny karma. If
Very
you
good.
have to, you perform karma, you get a reward for the karma.
Yeah.
Reward of the karma may not come before your death. So you have to take a rebirth to bear the rewards of that karma, good or bad, whatever that be.
I like Sudeep's contribution to the call. We are changing this. We are going to go by Sudeep's contribution. We will go by this order. So it is B, K, D, R. We are changing because of Sudeep. We are changing the equation. It is you first. That you cannot deny birth. You cannot deny karma. You cannot deny death. And what about the reward of the pending karma? Redemption. Reward of redemption. RR. There has to be reward or redemption of karma and is equal to another R, rebirth. So it is BKD. It is BKD equals RRR. Birth, karma, death equals reward, redemption, rebirth. BKD, birth, karma, and death is equal to reward, redemption, and rebirth. So we have got another way of saying it thanks to Sudeep. Girish, what is your contribution?
जिसने जन्म लिया है उसको मरना ही पड़ेगा। उसका कर्म का खाता चालू रहेगा। मरने के बाद भी कर्म उसका पीछे नहीं छोड़ेगा। और रीबर्थ लेके वो कर्म का अकाउंट को खोलेगा।
Correct. Unless you are like Chidanand. Unless you are like Chidanand.
Yes.
If you are like Chidanand, then he says, I don't have any karma. Then I am not born. I am not born. I am not doing karma. I will not die. Girish?
Correct.
Very good. Girish told in Rajesh's form. So, my dear friends, anybody wants to say anything else today?
Sir, I want
Is Vijay waiting for us?
Huh?
I can't hear you, please.
Hello, sir. I want to just add one perspective.
Yes,
Karma
yes.
of the parents only.
What are you saying? Please tell Rajesh.
So, did you get it?
No. What do you want to add? You want to add something. What do you want to add? What do you want to add, Rajesh? So sometimes when your connections are not good, like my connection is not good, then we struggle because then we are not able to hear each other. But my dear friends, the Rotary Club is waiting for 40 minutes for me to go and answer some more questions. So I'm closing this matter with you all to tell you, and then I'm going to answer those questions. Is rebirth a lie or a myth? No. Rebirth is a reality. Birth is a reality. Karma is a reality. Death is a reality. And the reward and the redemption and the rebirth is also also a reality. So the reality of rebirth, of reward, of redemption can be understood from birth, karma, and death. And with that note, Girish, you want to say something quickly, Girish?
Karma, birth and rebirth are not reality only from the topmost angle. In the transactional level, it is a reality. We are living in the transactional level. So it is a reality.
In samsara, it is a reality. For the liberated one, it is we are free from all this. With folded hands and with your permission, I bow down to you. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30.